Hello, my RSC people. We have a fantastic matchup here tonight, but before we get into that, I want to introduce you. We got Wicked in the booth, along with K.Doughboy producing. And Wicked, how are you feeling tonight?
Look, I'm feeling really good. I had really good matches tonight. I'm super hyped for this. We have really two great matchups here tonight. We have, as you said, the Makos versus Death Metal and Veteran tonight. And then after that, following around 11:30, we have the Clever Clownfish versus Lilac as a challenger matchup. And I think we need to focus here on this veteran matchup here first, obviously. I mean, looking at these team stats, we have the Makos who are 16-12 and Death Metal who are not doing so good this season. They're sitting 7-21. So, I mean, what do you think of these team stats here thus far with the season between these two teams here, Boa?
I mean, you can clearly tell that the goals for and goals against clearly go in favor of Makos. But you look at the saves, they're very even on that. But the saves against is what surprising. You have Makos with a lot more saves against. Well, I won't say a lot, but more saves against. But that also means that they're probably putting more on the goal. As you see, their shooting percentage is higher. So, I mean, it seems like they're a very offensive-heavy team. What do you think about all that?
Yeah, I mean, going into the player stats, I mean, for the Makos, you have the ImSouperGreat right here. He's played pretty much almost every single game so far this season for their team. He has 32 goals, 24 assists, 88 shots on net with a shooting percentage of 36%. You have Jonezy, I mean, 15 for 30 with 50% shooting percentage. You got Nuke, 22 games. I mean, just looking at these stats, all these players seem like they have an offensive minded, strong kind of side of defense. And even looking at the team stats, their saves are like totally. It just seems like they're well rounded. I mean, I think it's going to be a good matchup. Looking at Death Metal, they have almost sort of similar stats. But either way, I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. I think there's going to be a lot of like defensive minded play style coming out of Death Metal. I think they're going to focus a lot on counterattacks, possibly that might help them out beat the Makos, considering how strong they are offensively. They might find a weakness where somebody might be pushed up too far on the side of the Makos and just get a boomer ball over another one's head, But what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen here, Boa?
I kind of agree with you on a lot of that. And as you said, it's going to be very defensive oriented, and I couldn't agree more. But you also got to look at. I mean, I've seen chawes play. I've seen curlz. Both of them very fantastic players. So it's going to be good. And I mean, looking at both of these teams, who are you in favor of picking?
Man, I can't really say for sure. I don't want to curse anybody, but I honestly don't want to do any of that. I think if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. Roll into these games and see, let the games speak for themselves, because you can look at these stats, but the games on the field speak for themselves. So I think we need to send these guys out and get ready to go as we get into game one here of this of these 4 games.
I do agree. And I mean, everyone's done playing for tonight. We're going to get some more RSC content in. Great kickoff play there by Brady, the GM of Shark Attack. We're just going to see everyone playing out here. And like you said, some back and forth going on right now. They call it tennis play.
Yeah, of course. And, that's like the very first time, very first game, you play against the team. You're feeling them out. It's just the way it is. As we almost had a shot come in through a passing play with Nuke and Super there. I think it was Super there, yeah. And Brady's just going to take possession here. Nuke's up. And I'm seeing a lot of back and forth in the midfield right now. As you see, Brady's trying to get this out of the midfield. He gets demoed for his efforts. Whitting, he's going to bang it in. Super's there to clean it up, to help push this downfield, get a counterattack as that's saved away by JMac. This ball's floating over. This is a dangerous ball. Double tap maybe coming up from Nuke, and he ran out of boost, couldn't get to the double tap. But so far, I mean, it's kind of just even right now with everybody feeling each other out, Boa.
Yeah, I do agree. And I mean, you see Brady going up for a shot. Nuke sending it back really low on boost. Seems to be struggling to maintain that boost. Brady's going to take his time. Avoids the bump. Once again, tries to get the clear. Ooh, JMac almost puts a heater And chawes as well. Oh my gosh, that sidebar, a killer sometimes. And I mean, I know you're not in. I think you're in elite, am I wrong? And JMac following that up. Great pass by Halo.
Yeah, I'm actually an elite there, but I did my very first season back in season 13. I played for the OG like the Quidditch franchise that was all about like a Harry Potter themed. I played with the Volley Castle batch. Shout out to Nick, who's a mod. I played with him. He was on my team. But I'm an elite right now, and what really surprising here with like out of this vet team, you see, a little bit of consistency. This is the first time I've casted a team that's above rival. So seeing a lot of this consistency as that ball is floating up, down, and Super has an opportunity here, and it gets blocked away by Brady. And he's saving his own teammate's shots there. You don't want to do that here in this kind of big game. And JMac, he has no boost, but flicks it away. chawes has a shot opportunity, tries to go up again and misses. And Halo, he's going to take this around, try to get a center. And I'm noticing there's a lot more as this game is going by. I just feel like the Death Metal squad here, they're warming up. They're getting a lot more offensive pressure on the side of the Makos. Sorry, I had my tongue twisted. That's another block shot. And these teams are just blocking each other's shots here, Boa.
Yeah, they are. They're playing incredible defense on both sides. Not just, I mean, normally when you see one team putting a lot of offense, I thought that was going to be a shot on goal, but another great save there by Halo. Brady presses the center. chawes stops it. Nuke able to intercept, trying to put it back. chawes keeping control. JMac. But like I was saying, wait. And, I mean, normally with these offensive heavy teams, you're going to see less defensive pressure, but both teams seem to be finding a really well balance of both offense and defense.
Yeah, I have to agree. I've noticed that they're rotating a lot. They're not doing anything super risky yet. They're kind of, like I said, they're trying to still fill each other out, seems like, the way they're playing. Super great. It just misses the ball completely, and this is going to come back in for Nuke. chawes gets a good boost grab. Brady trying to keep it in, trying to go for something crazy here, and chawes just denies him of whatever was happening. chawes with a big boost grab again, tries to set something up for his teammates, and nothing's to happen as it gets cleared away on the side of the Makos. And Halo, he's trying to play a good corner touch, which he gets. And chawes trying to get a 50 in the mid. JMac gets a force. Halo does really good job on playing backboard defense. And I have to give props here to Death Metal team with the way their record is on paper and the way they're playing right now against this really strong team that's the Makos. As this ball, there's a big whifty that comes over to the side of Death Metal. The net's open for a while, but I mean, I'm very impressed with the way Death Metal's playing right now, and big shout out to these guys. They're playing really good or here on stream. I'm surprised they don't have jitters. It doesn't look like it. I mean, the way that passiveness is coming out, I mean, you would think that they do, just the way they're playing passive. As that ball almost gets scored in by the Makos, and the Makos, they can't get anything going to go sink on the side of Death Metal. They're playing really good defense here, Boa.
Yes, they are, and I mean, like you said about the jitters, but you also have those teams that strive in the stream scenario.
Yes, I agree.
And I mean, that seems to be what this Death Metal team is doing as they're coming up towards the end of the game. 5 seconds left with one goal. Nuke with one last effort clears it up to Brady. Brady with no boost isn't able to get a touch, but JMac keeps it into play.
All still up.
JMac's gonna choose to kill it there, and Death Metal take game 1.
Yeah, wow, that's really good effort there on the side of Death Metal. Great, it was a close game. I mean, looking at the player stats after this game, on the side of Death Metal, you have JMac winning, getting the MVP, having 1 goal, 2 shots, shooting at 50% shooting percentage, and I'm not really surprised here with the way both teams are averaging, decent numbers. They're playing really good Rocket League so far. Going to be going into this game 2 here momentarily. But what did you take out of this game here, Boa, with the way the stats are on paper and seeing Death Metal get a big win here?
Well, I mean, stats on paper don't really tell you too much because, I mean, Nuke only having 200 points doesn't say enough. You saw him putting so much pressure there on the ball the whole time. Brady, of course, doing the same. Soup, I'd love to see a little bit more out of this next game. As you saw, has played, I think, every game so far. So it'd be great to see something come out of that. Other than that,
Definitely agree.
this death metal team is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I have to agree. And we're getting into this game too, and we're gonna see. I mean, this is kind of like a win situation here. The Makos, I want to see the Makos get a win here. And I mean, both teams on both sides. I mean, I feel like they're gonna get really try to get comfortable with each other here in this game. You know, try to get more offensive pressure, as we have offensive pressure here on the side of death metal. Chawes tries to get this across center, and Halo, he tries to do his best too. And Super, he might have a shot here, and it goes in. He gets a good air dribble coast to coast. And what a way to start off game 2 here, Bo, with Super taking it across the side of his side and just getting a good shot with 0 boost. And we're Makos are up 1-0.
Okay, well, I think we have another stream sniper on our hand. I said I wanted more from Soup, and he gave me more. I mean, as soon as he did that, it already seems like a change in the way that this team's going to play.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about them stream sniping. If anybody knows what we're talking about, we had some stream snipers here last night on Franchise Fight Night that happened here on Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, I'm seeing that the Makos are starting to warm up here a little bit. JMac, he's going to take this across. He's going to bang the ball away on the backboard, and Super is there to defend it. Good defense. And it's a ball center. Oh. And what a pass by Halo to JMac. And JMac sitting there lingering, ready to go after his challenge that he had to get the ball downfield. And what a way to keep himself positioned. It looked like he grabbed some boost there after he made that initial challenge on the side of the Makos there, Bo.
Yeah, and I mean, well, that's twice now that we've seen Halo and JMac scoring. I mean, I don't know how consistent they are normally, but it seems like they are playing really well together. And Halo with a challenge there. Questionable decision by Nuke to go for the squishy save is what it looked like. But Halo or JMac just able to score it right there.
JMac being big with no boost. Everybody says, who needs boost? JMac saying that he doesn't need boost there, and what a play by him. You know, so he gets his second goal in the game. And I mean, from what I'm reading, out of the side of death metal, it seems like they're trying to like pick and choose when they want to go for the ball. They're kind of doing a lot of bait ball, and they're kind of baiting out the Makos here as Brady tries to bring this downfield, and Chawes there to clean it up in the midfield. Pass to his teammate, has no boost. He's going to be there to try to set something up for winning. Halo, he's playing patient. That's a redirect, and he gets, oh my gosh, I thought he was going to save that. And what a pass and shot by Brady there on the counterattack on the side of the Makos. And what a shot by Nuke.
I think that he should have definitely been able to get there, but the power was so well, and the shot and power was so well placed there. It's really hard to judge whether or not that was possible to save from when he jumped anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's even in itself an elite, like, in other tiers, sometimes that's a hard ball to save. And good job by Nuke there. Is this a big demo that comes out, and this might be an offensive possessed side for death metal, as we have Bo over here yawning. I mean, dude, are you getting bored out here with these games? I mean, this is some interesting content. This man over here almost falling asleep on the desk as Chawes and looked like Soup, or I don't know who that was that double committed, but JMac here is going to push this downfield and try to set something up for his teammates. Good save by Brady. And a big 50 coming out on the side of Nuke with a good clear, and he's going to try to set something up here as Brady's up. Double commit on the side of the Makos, and a good save by JMac. But man, I mean, hopefully you're done yawning. I mean, what are you thinking so far as we're coming up on a half of the game?
Yeah, I mean, the yawn's not towards the gameplay at all. Yeah, I mean, they're playing really well. It's very well balanced offense to defense. No team is just slamming it down. No team is just keeping them out either. And Chawes with a shot just goes out on the left side. And, I mean, you've seen the air dribble, back wall read. JMac gets a redirect, unable to put it on target. Nuke clears. Brady as well. Taking it out of the corner. JMac on the play. Soup able to stop the play from progressing. Chawes rotating back now. Nuke gets the pre-jump. And I mean, Wicked. Who on this Makos team is going to have to step up, make their name known here as a guy?
Honestly, man, it's hard to decide who needs to step up as this ball is going over, and the death metal they're starving on boost as JMac just picks up 100. Get back into it. I mean, I'd love to see Nuke step up more. I mean, Super he stepped up this game, but I need to see Nuke kind of like pick up the pace a little bit, you know. As he's awkward here as JMac tries to get a good center, and it's a big center, and Halo and JMac linking up with each other as Nuke, he was yummy for that boost, he was hungry for that boost, and JMac with 0 boost gets a good 50 around him and sets it up for Halo.
Exactly. And I mean, that's just a third time I think now that we've seen Halo and JMac connect. Gotta be some chemistry right there. And Brady sending it towards center. Chawes stopping the play. Nuke there gets to 50, sends it back towards midfield. Unfortunately, Halo's able to stop that. Hoop sends it down. And it's Nuke by himself in the backfield. Taking his time, letting Brady take over the play. Sending it down. And what do you... This team has been playing... Yeah.
What you gotta ask me?
The question blank, that's why I stopped.
I mean, we're seeing, if you're a death metal fan, you love to see what's happening right now. We're coming down in the last 10 seconds and seeing if the Makos want to actually make a last push effort as Brady tries to make a last push, and Chawes just denies anything to happen, and he has an open net, and he misses the ball, and the ball drops down on the side of the Makos, and death metal, they take game 2, and right now these 4 games, it's 2-0 on the side of death metal with another yet close game. But I mean, you're seeing JMac coming out here in a big way yet again. He gets an MVP with 2 shots, 2 goals, and 2 saves, and all three members on that team are just helping each other out on defense when they need to. They're getting the 50s that they need to. I feel like a lot of these 50s that they're getting is very beneficial when it comes to getting possession. And even when they get these 50s, they're not just trying to boom the ball back away from each other. They keep it close, and they're making stuff happen, and they're making the Makos just fumble. Yeah, I mean, what do you think the Makos need to do to get these 4 games to be a 2-2?
I mean, really, I think just once seeing Soup step up is going to be great. He stepped up some in this game, but you saw that he's played every game. That means he's got to be special. I think that he might have a little strange jitters coming out. If I want to see him at the top of the scoreboard, I want him to get the MVP, leading their team to at least tie the series up for the 2-2.
Yeah, I have to agree. As we're getting, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting here game 3 between the Makos and death metal veteran matchup here. And everybody that's watching at home, we appreciate you guys stopping by with these games, as we have a good kickoff on the side of death metal to start off game 3. And a big ego challenge there by Chawes and getting in the face of Makos. And I love seeing, we have a flipper set maybe coming out from Soup, and what a setup by Soup for Nuke. And Nuke gets a good shot as the death metal, they were just fumbling on defense, didn't know what to do. Chawes kind of just cut off his teammate and hit the ball coming back, which is something that you really don't want to do at this tier. What do you think so far? What's going on in this game? I mean, it's still early. You know, we seen the death metal down as Brady messes up. It looks like he was trying to do a chain dash on the wall.
Dude, and I mean, it's always good to see a team that is losing a series come into the 3rd game hot, burning with offense, and not letting those other bother them. And almost a great play right there. The passing was on. Almost a horrible play right there. Can he get the double tap? And a great read off this wall. able to double tap it right around that defender.
You talked about him last game there, Boa. This man's showing up big, great time right there with a big double highlight reel for you all you guys watching here at home. And the Makos are looking really good in this game 3. They're up 2-0 with 4 minutes left in the game. And I mean, it looks like the Death Metal, they're probably, I feel like they're getting a little out of control here, and their confidence is letting it get the best of them as JMac gets a good save, and he gets a good beat around 1, and he has an open net, but brady gets back in time to save it as chawes tries to set it back up, and JMac turns. The ball gets cleared away. Brady's up. It's a little off. Halo's awkward. Akko Taco. As it looks like JMac gets demoed.
But he got murdered.
He did. And a big whifty coming out on both teams. Nobody wanted to touch the ball there. It looks like the Death Metal, they're trying to like force a lot of things that they could just be patient on, and they're getting really uncomfortable. They're making themselves uncomfortable. I'd love to see them get better positions to make some good saves here as Nuke's going up for another air dribble, and he gets it.
Gosh.
And he makes the game 3-0 with 3 minutes 11 seconds left, and the Makos are stepping up big here to try to make this a 2-2.
Just rides that crossbar perfectly, making it very difficult to save. I don't know why the defender waited so long there. I guess expecting maybe a flip reset out of the play. But whatever the decision was, it wasn't the best one because led to a goal, and we're, like you said, 3-0 now. Great challenge there from Halo. Unfortunately, whiffs right there. JMac gets a good send. Centers it back. Chawes up in the air. And JMac tries to be that. You can tell that JMac is definitely their pest, as I like to call the player. That person that's just going to stay on the ball.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree. I mean, I've seen JMac. He's trying to essentially put his team in the backpack. I mean, these past 2 games he's had MVP, and I mean, he's right there. He cuts his teammate off with no boost. He's gonna still try to push the issue. Halo gets a good beat over 1. JMac get full boost. He's gonna try to set something up for his teammates here. Chawes looking for a demo. He gets a bump, an opportunity, and it just gets saved away. A good defense on the side of the Makos. Chawes takes his time here, no boost, tries to get a 50, and JMac's gonna come in here to clean it up, try to set something up. And a good fake coming out, and another crossbar with a bump. Nobody there to clean it up, and JMac gets a good touch, and Chawes is up. Can he read this? It gets saved away, and he gets a double tap. What a dunk by the side on Chawes. And we have 1 minute and 54 seconds left in this game, and Chawes putting a goal in finally for the Death Metal, and they have a chance here, Boa, to get this game.
They do. I mean, little under 2 minutes is definitely doable, especially just to get 2 goals, even 3. But they really need to step up. This Makos team has, and the demo right there, what a play. Unfortunately, the ball was not on target, and another play was able to save it. But, I mean, we're starting to see that back and forth happening again. Wow. Brady does not want that comeback to happen, as he knows.
What good rotation there for Brady as a third man sitting on that left side, ready for the loss to come out on the side of his team. And it looks like Chawes AFK here. We might have an issue here, ladies and gentlemen. Chawes is AFK. I wonder what's happening here. I think he's disconnecting or having ping issues. We're not sure, but I mean, we have to play on according to RSC rules. We have to play on with this 2v2 or 2v3. And that's a good save there by Halo. Let's see what can happen. Let's see what happens. I want to on Chawes. Oh, looks like he's back. But that disconnection is a big problem. I remember that last season, the AMI final. That's a shot coming from Nuke, and they're looking to set up with a minute left. A Brazil. It's just unfortunate that Chawes disconnected there. But I was saying, Boa, you saw it last season in the amateur finals. The team, I forget the team, but they had disconnections.
House Salads, because their #1, their top player actually was kicked offline because parents wanted him to go to bed. which actually caused a lot of discussion about moving the semifinals and finals for AMI to different nights, as it is for every other tier.
Interesting.
And then actually, while they were playing their, I think, third game, another player DC'd. So it was 2 games that they were in a 2v3.
Yeah, and I didn't even know that one of the players on the house salad actually got told that they needed to go to bed. I mean, that has to feel bad. You know, you grind out the season, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, it's getting late. You can't be, you know, it's past your bedtime. You need to go to bed. There's school in the morning. You know, that's a shot from bradyK with 3 seconds left, and I'm super impressed with the way to make the Brazil possibly with 3 seconds. It's doable. Good kickoff, but I'm definitely surprised with the way the Makos came out strong, swinging in this game 3, and they definitely want to get a 2-2 here. I mean, they're trying to push the issue of getting a 2-2.
And I mean, yeah, one thing about it, I do want to go back to the AMI thing for 1 second. The first overall AMI curse is a thing, supposedly.
Yeah.
The past 5 seasons we have had in AMI, the first overall team, something happens, whether it's a player DCing, player can't join, or a player can't get on. Something happens to cause the first overall team to just mess up in the finals. Yeah.
Shout out to, you know, shout out to Nuke coming out with a hat trick here in this game, and we had them step up in a huge way. Super, he stepped up in a big way. He had a good double tap. But I mean, it looked like the death metal, they were just kind of struggling. I mean, they were doing pretty good with like trying to get offensive pressure, but it just looked like that the Makos were taking a lot of midfield possession. They were taking the mid boost a lot. They were controlling the mid boost. They were kind of controlling the pace of that game. And I think for death metal to get a 3-1 here on stream to kind of like prevent a 2-2, they need to start taking away that midfield possession on the side of the Makos and getting their face more, and obviously send 2 forward, have 1 sit back, and I mean push on and figure it out. But we're getting into this last game here, ladies and gentlemen. And Boa, who do you think is going to take this game?
Honestly, if I had to say one person is going to take this game, if you go off the last game, I'd definitely say Makos. But I think this Death Metal's team is going to make the adjustments that they need to, play like it's the first 2 games, and they're going to win. Woo! You know, I just had that intuition.
Yeah, I mean, that intuition, but there's a big intuition right here as Charles gets a good pass to Halo. He's just waiting, ran out of boost, but he manages to get the shot off, and we're another early game shot, and the Death Metal are the ones that ended up pulling that off, and JMac here is going to try to get a big win in the midfield, which he does. Super, he's going to take his time here. Halo trying to get a good 50, and Super plays it low. But JMac, and looks like they just got cut little pushed forward there by chawes. He was a little too forward. JMac, he was trying to set something up. That was a big demo on the side for Halo, but chawes was just up too forward, and he sat AFK realizing that he made a mistake. And we're tied up here, still early in the game. It's almost like we'll restart this game.
Yeah, I mean, 4:30 left. Anything can happen. It's going to be really fun right here to watch.
Ooh.
Almost hugs it in. Unfortunately, it hits the crossbar. See Halo go up. Slows it down. Sends it center. Questionable spot. JMac gets to clear. Brady sends it out the corner. Gonna take it off the wall. Fakes JMac. Fakes himself to taking the ball. Halo gets it. And I mean, right now, I never asked you the follow-up, but who do you think is going to be taking the series?
Oh, man, it's hard to tell. I mean, right now it's tied. Honestly, with the way these games have looked, I'd love to see a overtime here in this last game as Charles tries to squeeze it in with a big 50 with a big body. And Halo gets a good 50, and he gets it in. He sneaks it in behind. Looked like he snuck it in behind Nuke. Yes, he did. A good 50 there. And a good squeeze, and he's just doing everything himself right there. and we have Death Metal up 2-1 in this game 4, and I mean, I got cut off with that, but honestly, the way these teams are playing in this game, oh man, it's hard to pick a team because both teams are playing super well. You know, super great. See what I did there? A super great here. He has an open net. He just shoots it in and ties up the game with 3 minutes 22 seconds left here, and just pulling out the punt, and here he is, just knocking in an open net.
And I mean, great play there. Unfortunately, it does seem like this Death Metal's team is overextending like they were in the third game. They need to kind of widen their rotation out and have somebody back more often. They don't want those nonsense goals going in. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this game's tied up, and just hits the crossbar. JMac, he's going to try to keep possession. He can't really get a touch off a self pass. Super, he's going to take control here. Get a good 50 low. He's up again. Faked out Halo. Chawes here's going to take possession. Little boost. Picks up a full. He's going to try to pass it out to JMac. JMac's there to clean it up. He gets a good touch. He's going to try to go for a Cookser pinch and almost gets it. Chawes up to challenge here in the midfield, and I'm super impressed with the way Death Metal, they changed up in this game. They're getting in their face in the midfield. They're getting touches that they need, self-touches. As you saw Halo there with a self-touch and a good 50. He picks up the full boost. And Chawes there, put it up in the corner. Gets a big 50 going on the side of the Makos. The Makos have to rush back here to get the ball. And we have another offensive sided pressure for the side of the Death Metal. They get a big bump, and nobody there to shoot the ball. It was just open for a small little bit of time, and nobody was there to shoot the ball. JMac gets a good touch. He's going to try to do a doomsy. Takes boost again, and they're taking a lot of boost here. They have a good opportunity. They just have to relax a little bit. They're kind of like getting in each other's way and cutting each other off. But, I mean, we're almost coming in here in a minute left, and, we're seeing some really good Rocket League here out of these two teams. And it seems like nobody wants to give up that loss.
Yeah, I mean, when you're the Makos right here, you're facing the opportunity to go 2-2. Instead of losing this series, you're going to tie it. I mean, that's enough to fight for. Even if you're not winning, it hurts, especially in those bigger tiers, to take a loss here instead of that tie.
Yeah, and a big bump comes out. Halo tries to clean that up, and Chawes there with full boost. He's going to jump up. You got a good 50 there. Brady's able to 50 and get a pinch. And they're rushing back here, and a big save coming out from Halo. I didn't know where that man came from. Super has full boost. He's going to try to do a pass on the backboard, looking for a double, misses. And Brady there to shoot it. And we're 54 seconds left, and it looks like the Makos are trying to push for that 2-2, and they have an opportunity here to get that.
They definitely do. Brady there to finish it up, but you can't forget who passed it to them. Soup has been stepping up these past few games. And it's just like me and you said, once he stepped up, that's when this team would start to click.
Definitely, he's been playing super great. Another punt for Super.
Oh my god.
I got the dad jokes out here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all week. Super great, trying to get a pass in, and that ball just goes in, and this man gets his second goal.
A great shot.
And what a wonderful shot there on the sidewall. And he's just there to clean up whatever and gets the loss. And JMac with an unfortunate whiff. And it looks like we're going to have a 2-2 on our hands unless the Death Metal can pull something like a miracle. And what in the world is going on here? Brady, did you see that? Brady went for the mid boost. What is going on?
It went straight. Hey, the ball did go straight to him, though.
It did. It's like they've been practicing that. They kind of like went to the lab there for a minute and like free play. Brady there, he's trying to do something more with a free play, try to get a good double to the center. Super there to help clean up, get more offensive pressure. 10 seconds left. And the Death Metal need to score here, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen as they cut off in the midfield. And that ball's just open and it goes in the net, and they get another goal to finish off these 4 games, and we have a 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, unless you get a goal every second, this is probably going to be a 2-2.
impossible. You'd have to like pinch it. It ain't gonna happen. And they try to go for a pinch, and they have an overnight, and it doesn't go.
Imagine if
funny.
that's for the game.
It's just absolutely funny seeing that. Like, we called it right there on the desk. When both teams went for that pinch, it was absolutely funny to watch. And we talked about it. I mean, looking at those stats, I saw at Super he had MVP, and you wanted him to get that MVP. He had over 600 points that game. But oh my gosh, what a good 4 games. And we still got 4 more games to go here tonight, Boa. After watching this, and I'm super ready to get into it. I think we need to take a break though, like a small 4-minute break, get ourselves situated, and we'll be right back with some good content, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for the Clever Clownfish versus Lilac in Challenger tier.